What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Almighty. And in today's video, I'm going to be talking about how Mafia 2 is honestly just one of the best games ever made. In my last video, I talked about how Fallout New Vegas is a fantastic gaming experience, and in today's video, I'm going to be talking about how Mafia 2 is honestly just a really great game. Mafia 2 is honestly just a really great game, and I'm surprised I haven't really been seeing a lot of people talking about it lately. I mean, the game did come out in 2010, and the Mafia series, isn't doing that great due to, what happened with Mafia 3, but I have to say, Mafia 2 just did a lot of good things at the time when it released, and it's honestly just an amazing game. And I feel like the developers, Hangar 13, just put a lot of care and detail into this game, as well as just an amazing story that it has, and the details and a bunch of other activities in the game that they added that I feel like are just really amazing. For example, I'm gonna get into the things that I feel like not a lot of games pull off, especially GTA. Now, this is also something that really suits in with the Mafia games, and that's with the realism. Now, in Mafia 2, if you didn't know, you can do things, that you don't really see in other games, such as being able to pour gas into your car, if it runs out, even things like being able to bribe the police. And I feel stuff like that is just really amazing, and I haven't seen it in any other games except for Mafia 2. Things such as bribing the police, as well as other really nice realistic details, such as paying a ticket, a speeding ticket. If the police catch you doing some really crazy things on the road, such as speeding or just overtaking cars or crashing into the police, they won't outright arrest you. You will pay a ticket, and it's just stuff like this. I feel like it's just really amazing with the Mafia experience and those realistic things that they added to the game that just makes the game feel so alive. Let's also talk about the things that they added to the game that wasn't originally in Mafia 1, that they expanded on. I feel like they really expanded the open world with Mafia 2. I mentioned being able to pour gas into your car, being able to pay a speeding ticket and bribe the police, but they also took some inspiration from GTA games, such as being able to rob a gas station, getting a few dollars from robbing it, as well as buying clothes, that fit the Mafia style. They really expanded it with this game, and I feel like that was just really amazing. Not to mention the things that they did that other games weren't even thinking about at the time. If you didn't know, Mafia 2 starts off, when it's really snowy, and so something that they did was just really amazing was just how the car handles and how the car drives. When it's snowing, it's a bit slippery in some turns and all that stuff. But later, as you progress through the story, it's summertime, and the car handles a bit differently than it did earlier in the game. And I feel like that was just crazy. I don't even think Rockstar were doing that at that time until GTA 5 released. But that was just really amazing, and I feel like that was just a really nice thing that they did I wasn't really seeing with other games. The car handling, the amazing details in the game, as well as things that you can do, really fit into the Mafia experience. Now, getting into the most important part that I feel like a lot of us who've played Mafia just really find the best part about this game is the narrative. I feel like with the Mafia games, the gameplay isn't too bad, but they definitely prioritize the story even more. And this is just something that I really fell in love with the Mafia games, at least 1 and 2. They had a really great narrative that really got you invested into the story, unlike any other games. I mean, I was really starting to care for characters and basically just wanting to see how their character arc ends, if they get any character development. And I've never really felt this way with the game, except maybe Red Dead Redemption 2 and maybe GTA 5. But I've never really cared for a story as much as I did with Mafia 2. It had a great narrative, great writing, and the music was just untouched. Going into the menu screen when I started playing the game for the second time, and just hearing the music play throughout the menu, it's just that feeling when you hear the theme song and then you just start to remember all the events that happened in the story. Mafia's story, or at least Mafia 2's story, is just really amazing. It's not too long, it's not too short. They keep it really nice and sweet. You know, getting invested into characters such as Joey, Vito, Henry, and Falcone, it was just amazing. As well as a few other details in these missions as well. For example, when we're at Chinatown, you know, trying to get payback for what they did to Henry, you know, they shoot a fishbowl, and then you can see that the fish is actually flapping. I actually didn't really notice that when I was playing for the first time. It's only when I played the game for the second time that I really noticed those details, and they didn't have to do this. It's stuff like this, you know, when they put this much care and attention to detail in a game, that just really makes you appreciate it even more. Like the amount of attention to detail and just care that they put into this game is of that of Rockstar Games. And you guys know Rockstar do a lot of good stuff with their games, but Mafia 2 was doing things you wouldn't even see in other GTA games. The story was just really amazing, you know, following Vito, how he got into the Mafia and his consequences, and just really get to love the characters in the game, like Joey, for example. You know, playing this game, you know, and getting with Joey, it's amazing, because sometimes I even forget that Joey isn't Vito's brother. You know, their relationship and how they grow throughout the story really feels like these two are brothers, and the character development is just really amazing. And the progression is just really amazing as well throughout the story, getting introduced to these characters. Vito, you know, getting the consequences, his friends are dying. Mafia 1 also did a really nice thing, you know, with Tommy getting into the Mafia, but I feel like Mafia 2 did it way more, and it was way more grounded. You know, instead of Vito just getting into it by himself, you know, people he cared about were in danger. Joey, his best friend, his sister, and it was just really amazing. Just how they all did this and pulled it off. This was just a fantastic game, and the story and the music, it just really fits in all together really nicely. Like I said, the writing in this game and the narrative and just how much care they put into the story is of that of a Rockstar game. You know, caring for the characters, really getting excited to see what happens with them, and just, you know, the amount of space that they gave us to be free and just come up with our own plot of what happened to Joey. I still get chills every time I replay the last mission. That was just a fantastic ending. Honestly, one of the best endings in the Mafia games. Or maybe, like, it was just a really nice ending. You know, it finished it off with the conclusion, and it still leaves you wondering what happened with the characters. What happened with Vito? What happened with Joey? What happens, like, how does the story continue? It just leaves you wondering, but also it leaves you fulfilled, because you know you've completed the story. Nothing was left out, or at least that's how I felt. You know, I felt like they wrapped it up really nicely, but still, you still get that wonder at, like, what happens next. You know, you really want to know what happens with these characters, and I'm really hoping that we get a Mafia 4. We most likely will, but I don't think it's happening anytime soon. But Mafia 2 is just a really special game, and honestly, I personally feel like it's just one of the best games that released in 2010, with the things that they were doing, the story, the narrative, the details, and the open world, and the things that they expanded from the first game was just really fantastic and amazing. Make sure you guys share your thoughts and like the video. 95% of you guys aren't subscribed, so come on guys, don't be a buster. Walk over to that subscribe button, just click it. You're only one click away. But yeah, share your thoughts. If you think Mafia 2 is a great game, or if you think Mafia 1 is better than Mafia 2, or Mafia 3 was better, share your thoughts on which game you thought was better, and if you're looking forward to Mafia 4, and just how was your experience with this game. Make sure to share it in the comments below. I'm Dio My Stuff, and I'll see you guys next time.